Now we have multiple choice. Let's see how to deal with multiple choice questions. Now please be attentive. Without multiple choice, you cannot get reasonable band score. If you say, okay, I will avoid part 3 and I will get full marks in part 1, 2 and 4, you can't do that, right? You need to learn to deal with multiple choice. I'll give you good tips on that. Question number 21. Why has James, now James is a person. Why has James chosen to do a case study? Case study means to study some company's history and all that. Why has James chosen to do a case study on the company Furniture Rossi? Furniture Rossi, F capital, R capital means it's the name of a company. And from furniture we understand it's a furniture company. So why means reason. Now the character is James. James has chosen to study Furniture Rossi. Why? Very simple. Now you guys can see there are 3 options. And now you got to see very cunningly they will discuss all 3 options. 2 options will be discussed oppositely or negatively. One option will be discussed positively and that is your answer. So instead of looking for the right answer, you have to look for the wrong answers as well and eliminate them. For example, you listen to option A in the audio and then you realize, no, it cannot be the answer. Cross it. Now you're left with 2 options, 50-50. Then you listen to another option and you realize this can never be the answer. Cross it also. So this crossing or eliminating the wrong answer is the best technique to deal with multiple choice questions. Now I tell you what sort of options you have to eliminate. Please come to option A. It has enjoyed global success. Underline enjoyed global success. Now look here. If in the audio they say the company is planning to expand globally, has it enjoyed the global success? No. The company is planning. So it means it has not enjoyed global success. It is planning to expand globally. Then A cannot be the answer. Is this clear? Because enjoyed is past tense, will enjoy is future. So it's like that. Option B, still in developmental phase. For developmental phase, they might use the word transitional phase. If they say it's still going through the transitional phase, then B is the right answer. And if they say it has passed through transitional phase already and now it is, so then B will not be the answer. Do you understand that? Okay. Now we come to C. It is an example of foreign company. Underline example of foreign country, foreign company. Being rebranded for Australia. Just underline foreign company rebranded for Australia. Now listen, foreign company rebranded for Australia. What if in the audio, if they say it's an Australian company? If they say it's an Australian company, then Australian company does not mean foreign company rebranded in Australia. It is an Australian company. Then C will not be the right answer. Understand? Over here they said foreign company. In the audio, if they say, as we know, it is an Australian company, so C will not be the right answer. Okay. Now let's see. And one more thing. They will speak about all 3 options in different order. This is where we have serious issues. If they talk about multiple choice questions like A first, B second, C third, then you can easily at least see this is the right one, this is the wrong one. You are on option A, they are discussing option C. By the time you come to option C, they go to option A. Yeah, this happens. So you need to catch the option. Now, the question is how to catch the option which is being discussed. In every option, pick up a word. For example, option A, the word is global. Clear? If they talk about anything global, international, you got to be there. Option B, the word is developmental or phase. And option C, foreign company. So you need to pick up a word. When that word is in discussion, you can just go there. Let's take a start.
You will hear a student discussing his case study with his tutor.
Well, James, I've had a look over your case study, and for a first draft, it looks promising.
I have to be honest, when you told us we had to write about a furniture company, it didn't sound like the kind of thing that would interest me. But since then, I've changed my mind.
Why's that?
Well, as you know, Furniture Rossi is an Australian company, still comparatively small compared to some of the high street stores. but it's got plans to expand into foreign markets, so I chose it for that reason. It's going through a transition. It's a family-run business aiming to build a global brand.
All right.
So, A. Who said B? ये B वाला कौन है? और कौन है? और कौन है ये B वाला? Absolutely right answer. Okay. B. A वाले किथे रहने बाहर कट दियो. All right. So the correct answer is B. I'm going to play it again. Please listen. This is confusing. And when we are practicing, if multiple choice questions are more confusing, it is good. Because in actual exam, there'll be confusing ones. Now listen. I play it again and I'll stop it.
You will hear a student discussing his case study with his tutor.
Well, James, I've had a look over your case study, and for a first draft, it looks promising.
I have to be honest. When you told us we had to write about a furniture company, it didn't sound like the kind of thing that would interest me. But since then, I've changed my mind.
Why's that?
Well, as you know, Furniture Rossi is an Australian company.
Furniture Rossi is an Australian company. So first you're going to cross option C. That is example of foreign company. It's not foreign company, it is Australian company. So C cannot be the right answer. They discuss that first. Now they will come to option A. Please listen.
Still comparatively small compared to some of the high street stores, but it's got plans to expand into foreign markets.
It's got plans to expand into foreign market. Means it hasn't enjoyed global success. It's got plans to expand into foreign market. That means A is also not the right answer. When C is not the right answer, when A is not the right answer, so the right answer is B. Sometimes by elimination, the option which is left, that is the right answer. Now, in option B, they use the word developmental phase. In the audio, they use the word transitional phase. Listen.
So I chose it for that reason. It's going through a transition. It's a family-run business.
It's going through a transition. Transition means developmental phase. So B will be the right answer. Again, I'm telling you, unless you eliminate the wrong choices, you cannot reach the right answer. And sometimes they don't discuss all three options. They only discuss two options. So you have to see that also. Yeah, been through many multiple choice questions, they discuss two options, right? Okay, and in some old books, they only discuss the option which is right. They ignore the other options, but they talk in a way that you think it's not this one. Now, question number 22. According to James, why means reason. Again, multiple choice with reason. Why did Luca Rossi start a furniture company? Now, why Luca Rossi start furniture company? Clear? Reason. Reason number A. Now see, it's going to be a long option. Now I tell you how to cut the long options short. Option A. Furniture making was already a family occupation. Underline family occupation. That's it. And for that they might use the word family business. His grandfather was a carpenter and he started that. So he wanted to go on with it, or he wanted to continue with the family traditions. So then it is going to be option A. Family occupation. Option B, Rossi saw a need for handcrafted furniture. Just underline need for furniture or need for handcrafted furniture. Handcrafted means handmade. And option C, work Rossi had done previously was unrewarding. So just underline work done previously unrewarding. Unrewarding work means where the salary is not good, where the benefits are not good, we call it unrewarding. So option A is family business, option B is need for handmade furniture, handcrafted furniture, and option C, previous work unrewarding. Right? Now I play the audio.
And you've made that clear in your writing. One thing, though, that I think you've overlooked is why Luca Rossi started a furniture company here in Australia in the first place.
Well, he'd just got an arts degree, hadn't he? And people were trying to talk him into an academic profession, but he wanted a practical job, something he thought would be more satisfying in the long run. His grandfather had been a craftsman, he'd made furniture in Italy, and he'd passed this skill on to Luca's father. And, well, Luca thought he'd like to continue the tradition.
Yes, That was the motivation behind his decision.
Luca thought he would like to continue with the tradition. Option A, exactly. Continue with the tradition of the family means family occupation. A is the right answer. And they discussed option C first, then option B, then option A. Okay, question number 23. What gave Furniture Rossi a competitive advantage? Competitive advantage means a benefit that you have over others, over other companies, right? So what gave Furniture Rossi competitive advantage over other furniture companies? Means the benefit. What is their benefit as compared to other companies? A, staff. B, lower prices. C, locally sourced products. Okay, now staff is their advantage, or is it the lower prices, or is it the locally sourced products? Means they make the products, they use the local material. Now, if they say we use material from outside, then it's not locally sourced products. And by the way, competitive advantage over other companies. Now, for example, if their staff is good and other company staff is also good, then this is not their competitive advantage. If they use locally sourced material as do the other companies, then even this is not the competitive advantage. Competitive advantage means कि जो आपको benefit है दूसरों पे, उनके पास वो चीज़ नहीं है. It's that. Let's see.
And what was it, do you think, that gave Furniture Rossi a competitive edge over other furniture companies?
I wouldn't think it was price. It's always been at the higher end of the market. But according to my research, it was to do with the attitude of the employees. They were really focused on giving good customer service.
Yes, Luca Rossi insisted on that. Their promotional campaigns also emphasised the fact that the wood only came from Australian forests. But that was the case with their rivals too, so it wouldn't have made them stand out.
So, A, very good. Now see that wood is sourced from Australian forest, so do their rivals. Others, they have the same thing. Lower prices, initially she said, they are expensive. So it's not lower prices. So attitude of employees, that is all about staff. A will be the right answer. Question number 24. What does the tutor recommend James does when writing the second draft of his case study? When he writes the second draft, what should he do? Option A, provide more detailed references, means provide more detail. Option B, check for written accuracy, underline written accuracy. In option A, underline more detailed reference. In option B, underline written accuracy. And option C, add his own views. Add his own views means add his own opinion. Okay, so let's see.
Okay, we'll have a careful look at the content of your case study in a minute, but I just want to make a general comment first before you start writing your second draft.
Okay.
Yes, what I'd like to see more of is your opinion. A bit more critical thinking rather than the bare facts. But it's good to see you've been careful with your referencing this time.
Thanks. And I read and reread my work, so I'm pretty sure there aren't any errors with the language.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. C. Why C, add his own views? Please listen to it again.
Okay, we'll have a careful look at the content of your case study in a minute, but I just want to make a general comment first before you start writing your second draft.
Okay.
Yes, what I'd like to see more of is your opinion.
What I'd like to see more of is your opinion. So add his own views, right? It's there.
A bit more critical thinking.
All right. So C is the right one. Question number 25. What do the tutor and James agree was wrong with James' last presentation? Now, James had his last presentation. What was wrong with that? Too short, option A. Focus too much on statistics. Statistics means numbers. And option C, not enough interaction with the audience, eye contact and all that. Okay, now what was wrong with the last presentation?
Oh, but there's one other thing I could probably mention at this point.
Yes?
Well, at the end of term, you'll also be giving a presentation, also on Furniture Rossi.
Yes. I haven't given it much thought yet.
Understandably, but while you're writing the case study, I'd recommend you think about what kind of information would be suitable to use in your presentation. Remember, the last time you gave a presentation on a company, you spent a considerable part of the time providing the audience with financial data. But they probably needed to hear more about company strategy.
Yes. I did
Financial data. In the last presentation, you provided more financial data. Now, what is financial data? Statistics. Exactly. Option B. It focused too much on statistics. And for statistics, they use the word financial data.